How the US military reaches anywhere on Earth in 48 hours. War isn't about who can cross a border first. It's about who can arrive first. The United States military has perfected something few people ever think about: global reach. The ability to project power and presence anywhere in the world on extremely short notice, from peacekeeping missions and humanitarian relief to full-blown combat operations. The US can insert forces, equipment, and support into nearly any corner of the globe with astonishing speed. But how is this possible? How does a military force based thousands of miles away manage to reach a distant theater in as little as 48 hours? The answer isn't a single trick. It's a massive, perfectly integrated logistics system combining strategic airlift, prepositioned equipment, global bases, and elite rapid response forces. When you break it down, the logistics behind this capability are nothing short of mind-blowing. Let's unpack it. Logistics is the real fighting force. Most people imagine war as armies clashing on battlefields. In reality, logistics wins wars, or prevents them from ever starting. Without fuel, ammunition, food, transport, medical supplies, spare parts, and communications, even the strongest military becomes a paper tiger. The US military has recognized this for decades and invested heavily in its global logistics infrastructure to turn distance into a non-factor. At the heart of this capability is the US Transportation Command, the nerve center that moves people and equipment across the planet. A Stranscom doesn't just transport, it orchestrates an immense global network of airlift, sea lift, land movement, and sustainment operations that keep forces supplied and effective wherever they go. Across its components and partnerships, US Transportation Command coordinates roughly niggly 240 military air mobility flights, niggly 90 ships underway, niggly 1,700 domestic freight shipments, and delivers 200,000 barrels of fuel daily while supporting movement to and from roughly 75% of the world's countries. Global mobility, the lifeline of power projection. A Stranscom's mission is staggering in scale. On a typical day, it manages Ning 240 military air mobility flights, ZIL 90 ships underway, ZIL 200,000 barrels of fuel delivered, 1,700 domestic freight shipments, movements that span 75% of the world's countries. These operations link bases in the US, with forward stations in Europe, the Middle East, East Asia, Africa, and beyond. The command's scope isn't limited to war. It supports humanitarian assistance, disaster relief, peacekeeping, and military deterrence activities. What makes this possible isn't luck. It's a network of interlocking systems that cover strategic airlift, naval sea lift, prepositioned equipment, overseas bases, partner and allied infrastructure, transportation coordination across land, sea, and air. This is logistics at a global scale. During the 2021 Kabul evacuation, Transcom moved 124,000 personnel in 16 days, 79,000 on USAF C-17s alone. Simultaneously, Transcom delivered over 104 million gallons of fuel during air-to-air refueling, enabling nearly 32,000 receiver aircraft worldwide. Airlift, getting there fast. The cornerstone of the 48-hour reach is strategic airlift, the ability to fly heavy equipment and troops quickly to nearly any location on Earth. The Air Mobility Fleet. The backbone of this capability is the United States Air Force's Air Mobility Command, which operates heavy transport aircraft like C-17 Globemaster III, highly flexible and capable of landing on short or unprepared runways. C-5 Galaxy, one of the largest military transport planes in the world. These aircraft are designed to fly intercontinental distances without refueling and land in austere environments, meaning the US can deliver troops, vehicles, helicopters, and supplies far beyond the reach of most other militaries. This means that an airborne brigade, like those of the 82nd Airborne Division, can be in position halfway across the world in about a day or two after orders are given. Air Mobility Command operates approximately 1,100 aircraft, including C-17s, C-5Ms, C-130s, and KC-135, KC-46 tankers, flying 150 missions daily under normal operations, surging during crises. Rapid response forces, ready on notice. Heavy airlift is only part of the story. The US also maintains dedicated rapid response forces that are trained, equipped, and on alert at all times. One of the most dramatic examples is the Immediate Response Force, a joint Army-Air Force unit capable of deploying worldwide within about 18 hours of notification. The IRF is built around highly mobile units, such as elements from the 82nd Airborne Division, tactical airlift assets ready to fly at a moment's notice. The 82nd Airborne maintains 3,500 paratroopers on 18-hour deployment-ready brigade status, pre-rigged equipment, pre-briefed missions, aircraft on standby. This isn't theoretical. These rapid forces have been flown into action in response to crises, evacuations, and emergent threats. Prepositioned equipment have to carry less, arrive faster. One of the most brilliant logistic innovations is prepositioning, the practice of storing equipment and supplies at strategic locations around the world, so that troops only need to fly in and link up with their gear instead of bringing everything with them. The U.S. maintains maritime prepositioning ships large cargo vessels staged near potential hotspots. Army and Marine Corps preposition stocks, caches of vehicles, ammunition, water, fuel, and gear stored in friendly regions. Prepositioning dramatically reduces deployment time because the heavy stuff, tanks, artillery, heavy trucks, doesn't have to be airlifted. Troops fly in rapidly, meet their pre-stored equipment, and are ready to fight much faster. Example: APS-5 in Kuwait stores enough equipment for an entire armored brigade combat team. Approximately 3,700 vehicles, 90 M1 Abrams tanks, 140 Bradley fighting vehicles. Marines link up within 72 hours of arrival. This means that instead of taking days or weeks to ship heavy equipment by sea, combat capability can be activated in hours or just a few days. Global base networks, a worldwide platform. Another key component of 48-hour reach is the global network of U.S. and allied military bases. The U.S. has hundreds of bases and facilities in Europe, East Asia, the Middle East, Africa, and beyond. These outposts serve as forward logistics hubs, staging points for rapid deployment, maintenance and refuel sites, command and control centers. A base in Europe, for example, can serve as a springboard for operations in Africa or the Middle East, meaning troops don't have to come directly from the U.S. for every mission. This dramatically shortens travel time and allows a global presence that keeps response times fast. The U.S. operates approximately 750 overseas installations across 80-plus countries, including major hubs Ramstein, Yokota, Al Udeid, Diego Garcia, each serving as regional logistics and command nodes. These include major regional hubs such as Japan, Germany, and South Korea, allowing local staging and resupply that dramatically shortens response times. The Civil Reserve Air Fleet and commercial partnerships. The U.S. doesn't do all of this alone. One of the logistical secrets of America's global reach is the Civil Reserve Air Fleet and the voluntary intermodal sealift agreement. Here's how these work. During peacetime, commercial airlines and cargo carriers remain in civilian operations. When needed in a crisis, they are called into service to supplement military transport capacity. CRAF includes approximately 450 commercial aircraft from carriers like Delta, United, American, FedEx, providing instant surge capacity. During Kabul evacuation, 18 CRAF aircraft moved 7,000-plus passengers, demonstrating commercial military integration unique to U.S. logistics. This partnership with the commercial sector allows the U.S. military to temporarily unlock massive transport power, something few other nations can match. The scale of global operations. To truly appreciate the scope of U.S. logistics, a Transcom moves millions of pounds of cargo and billions of pounds of fuel annually. The system supports not only combat deployments but also daily sustainment of forces stationed around the world. This isn't just about rapid insertions. It's about keeping forces operating indefinitely once they've arrived. Simply put, logistics is the invisible lifeblood that makes U.S. global reach not just possible, but routine. Historical comparison. Desert Shield, Storm, moved 6.5 million measurement tons of cargo, equivalent to relocating entire city infrastructure. Modern Transcom maintains this capability on standby daily. Why this matters more than ever? Today's geopolitical environment is unpredictable. Crises can erupt without warning, from flash conflicts to natural disasters. The ability to respond rapidly isn't just a military advantage. It's a strategic deterrent. Leaders know that if the US can arrive anywhere within 48 hours, adversaries must think twice before acting impulsively. This rapid deployment capability isn't just about sending soldiers. It's about sending a message. We can be anywhere. We can sustain operations. We are ready. Historically, US logistical capacity has been unmatched. For example, during Desert Shield, Desert Storm, the U.S. Army Transportation Command moved over 6.5 million measurement tons of cargo into the theater, more than the entire logistics effort of many smaller nations combined. Logistics. The real superpower. When you strip away the headlines about missiles, battleships, and special operations, what truly sets the U.S. military apart isn't just its weapons. It's its ability to reach any point on Earth in days, not weeks or months. That ability comes from a massive strategic airlift fleet, dedicated rapid response units, prepositioned equipment across the globe, a worldwide network of bases, integrated command and control, commercial partnerships that expand capacity. Together, these elements form a global mobility machine capable of moving forces and fight-ready capability anywhere on Earth, often within 48 hours of orders being given. That's not just reach, that's true global power projection. If this blew your mind about how logistics, not just soldiers and weapons, defines military power, hit like, subscribe, and tap the notification bell for more explosive breakdowns. Comment below. If you could station one U.S. rapid response base anywhere in the world, where would it be? And why? Warzone Masters, where we decode the airlift fleets, prepositioning strategies, and logistics networks that turn anywhere on Earth in 48 hours, from slogan into operational reality.